What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. Road to 400 subscribers, of course. And my bad if my voice is messed up throughout this video. I'm not feeling well, but I'm trying to be consistent. And in today's video, I was just thinking about Kawhi Leonard. And is Kawhi Leonard the most disrespected superstar in NBA history? Because when I look at Kawhi's accolades, when I look at what he's done, like, I'm looking at the Bleacher Report list from a couple weeks ago. Yes, it's probably old now, but they have Kawhi Leonard ranked at 32. And yes, Kawhi Leonard hasn't been healthy for a lot of the portions of his career. I can't even say that because when Kawhi was out there and playing his best basketball, he was a top 5 player in the NBA. And I'm not dragging it at all. And he has one of the most accomplished rings in that 2018-19 season, playing for Toronto for one season and then leaving, which is kind of crazy to me. That shit is crazy to me, but I don't know. I just feel like Kawhi Leonard is disrespected in like the casual fan sense. Like when we're talking about the top 10 small forwards of all time, where are we gonna rank Kawhi Leonard? Because I feel like you can't rank Kawhi Leonard no higher than 7 or 6 because of his accolades, the way he plays. He has the handle, he has the jump shot. Athletic peak Kawhi could go punching on you. He could make some crafty layups. So how are you going to rank that among all of the other small forward greats? You got LeBron, obviously. You got Larry. You got Scotty. Do we think Kawhi is better than Scotty? I do think so, but Scotty has 5 rings, so you can't really say that. But from a talent-wise and a skill-wise and the way they played overall, looking at Scottie Pippen highlights, even though they were the 90s, and looking at Kawhi Leonard's highlights, I would say Kawhi does everything better, and Scotty is just better by this much of a defensive player, because Kawhi Leonard does have 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, so you can't really knock Kawhi Leonard on the defensive end because that's what he was known for before he obviously elevated his offensive game to be the Kawhi Leonard we know now. And it's crazy that the year he won his first Finals MVP, he was still a role player and he was still not as good as he is now. And that 2013-2014 season, Kawhi averaged 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. That was before he broke out. He obviously broke out in the finals. You got the meme of fucking LeBron, like, when Kawhi Leonard is checking in the game. And that's just a great praise for a young player coming up. Maybe we saw flashes in the finals, but I'm pretty sure nobody would say that you expected Kawhi to develop into this offensive talent while they were still the Tim Duncan, the Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker Spurs. They obviously elevated and turned into Kawhi Leonard's team because he became that good. In the next season, in the 2014-2015 season, Kawhi averaged 16.5 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 2.5 assists, elevating his game even more. The next season, in the 2015-2016 season, his first All-Star appearance, he averaged 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists, and 2.5 assists. And this was the season, or these 2 seasons back-to-back in the 2014-15 season and the 2015-2016 season, I'm pretty sure those were the seasons where he won his 2 Defensive Player of the Years back-to-back. And that, like I said, I'm going to tell you his accolades at the end of the video, but y'all should know at this point, like, if you're a casual NBA fan or maybe you're a new NBA fan watching, like, the way Kawhi Leonard is talked about, you talk about him like, oh my God, he's just this injury-prone, like, Kawhi's never out there. Street clothes, like, that's what they call AD. Street clothes, load managing, that's all the shit. And I feel like in the future, people were going to disrespect Kawhi Leonard, and I am not going to allow that to happen because I saw what Kawhi Leonard looked like before the Zaza Pachulia injury. I think that 2017 Spurs team, when they were up 30 points before the Kawhi Leonard in the third quarter, that team was dangerous, and that was probably the best we've seen Kawhi in that 2015. I mean, not in the 2015-16 season, in the 2016-2017 season, where he averaged 25.5 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. He obviously tore his Achilles. He didn't really return the same on the Spurs, but we all know what he would accomplish going to Toronto. Like I said in the beginning of the video, like, he went out there, won a ring, and he left right away. And imagine if Kawhi would have stayed on that Toronto team. Because remember, the season after Kawhi Leonard left, they were still a top 4, top 3 seed. Pascal Siakam made his first All-Star appearance, we all know what Pascal Siakam bloomed out to become. He was just in the finals last season in a Game 7. It was Game 7 or Game 6? It was a Game 7. I had my bad. I'm trying to remember it. That, even though it was just 2 months ago. It's kind of crazy. But we know what Pascal Siakam turned out to be. And imagine 2 seasons where you still got Pascal Siakam. He blooms out to be this All-Star. You got Kawhi Leonard, a superstar in his prime. You got Kyle Lowry, an All-Star in his own way. You got Fred VanVleet coming off the bench or starting, whatever you want to do it. Fred VanVleet going to get you buckets. You got OG Anunoby coming off of injury. We see what OG looks like in New York. You got Norman Powell still. Like, that team would have been dangerous, bro. But Kawhi ultimately went to the Clippers, and that's where the whole narrative on him switched. They changed because all of the load managing that the Clippers decided to do, and Kawhi Leonard ended up getting injured a lot of these seasons. So I'm not going to diss you for calling Kawhi Leonard injury prone, because that's what he was. That's what he is. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to let you use the injury excuse to disregard and try to talk about Kawhi Leonard like he isn't a legend. And, like, in my opinion, Kawhi Leonard is a top 25 player of all time. And in the Bleacher Report ranking, they have him at 32, which I feel like is crazy, because I do not think that there is 32 players in NBA history better than Kawhi Leonard. But in the 2019-20 season, he averaged 27.7 rebounds and 5 assists. He played 57 games. Obviously, the bubble season, they choked the 3-1 lead. There's no excuse for that. But I don't know. In the 2020-2021 season, he played 52 games. He averaged 25.6.5 rebounds and 5 assists. And he got injured this season. And Paul George tried to hold it down. And Paul George wasn't good enough to hold it down. And they ended up losing to the Suns that season. In the 2022-2023 season, another injury-prone year. And he played 52 games. He averaged 24.6.5 rebounds and 4 assists. He was still being the same Kawhi Leonard. 23-24, he played the most games he played in a season since 2016-17 season, which was his best season. Kawhi looked like the Kawhi Leonard of old, and he averaged 24.6 rebounds and 4 assists before ultimately going down with another knee injury, which sucks. And he tried to gut it through. He tried to play through the injury, which people try to act like Kawhi is soft. Kawhi doesn't be Kawhi don't be injured some of the times where he's sitting out. He proved to you he tried to go out there and he got injured in that. I don't know if y'all remember, but it was a lob that Paul George threw to Kawhi, and obviously he went up, he dunked the ball, and it just really didn't feel right for him to be out there. And this season, last season, in the 2024-2025 season, Kawhi averaged 21.5 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Kawhi Leonard looked like the Kawhi Leonard of old last season. Like, he had some killer games, bro. He was getting to his spots. His handle somehow gotten better. Like, he hit some niggas with his momentum crossover. Like, he was just going off this season, some of the games. But the stats wouldn't tell you that. He averaged 21.5 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. He played 37 games, and we're expecting a healthy Kawhi Leonard next season, which I'm excited to see. Hopefully Kawhi doesn't get injured again, so he can remind people of why he is this all-time great, and people should not try to downplay his career, because he's dealt with injuries that a lot of all-time greats deal with, but there's not a lot of all-time greats that have Kawhi Leonard's skill and the way he plays the game of basketball. And Kawhi is a 2-time champion, 2-time Finals MVP, a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, a 6-time All-Star, a 3-time All-NBA First-Team Selection, a 3-time All-NBA Second-Team Selection, a 3-time All-Defensive First-Team Selection, a 4-time All-Defensive Second-Team Selection, and he's on the 75th anniversary team, obviously. But let me know, how do y'all feel? Do y'all think Kawhi Leonard is properly ranked around his NBA history ranking, or let me know how y'all feel about Kawhi Leonard in general. My bad if my voice sounds fucked up. I'm gonna try to get it. I'm trying my hardest, but I tried to thug it out for y'all, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe. I hope you enjoyed. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And the channel icon's right here on the right, and there's a video on the left. Click one of them holes if you didn't watch it already, and subscribe. Help the channel grow, and I appreciate you.